Okay, we are live. Sweet. I'll be there in 1 second. Alrighty. Well, doesn't matter whether we have viewers or not. That's fine. Everything gets recorded into my YouTube channel, so everybody, if they missed it or not. No, the one thing that, because I had never told anybody, and not too many people know, that I have AS, and it's not even that it's complicated. It's just the fact that it's a lot of people misunderstand it. For like RA and any other form of arthritis, and there's people. It's now actually starting to become more popular, but no, I had been doing some reading, over the last 9 years and keeping track, and they do. They have quite a few medications, stuff you can do, but it just never seems like it's really working. Well, apparently, ankylosing spondylitis affects about 0.1 to 0.5 of adult population. Although it can occur at any ages, at any age. So you can be, 80 years old and you'd still get it. But mostly what it does for the people that don't know, or oh shoot, jeez, oh Pete, hitting the wrong buttons. They do have what it does is it fuses your spine, and then what I mean by that, it doesn't like completely make it, make you immobile. But what it does is it makes it makes you where you can't move as good as you used to. And the problem that I had with it was when I first got diagnosed, I believe was around 2008. Before that, though, I started having back pain. And I went, I think, like 3 or 4 years before I really, before I had, done anything. I thought it was just, just growing, everything stretching and moving around. And well, what happened was I went to my doctor's, and I went and did blood work and testing and MRIs and all that. Now the blood test came back positive that I have it, which I was reading that it is a family link. So it's usually once one person gets it, more will get it in that same genetic pattern. I'm not sure on like on a percentage, but it's what I was reading about that. But what sucks about it is I've had it for 9 years, and back in 2008 when I was officially diagnosed, so I've been going on about 9.5 years, and I actually went through 3 doctors before I got the current one. The last one I had was real nice. Oh man, he was awesome. He was able to get the pain under control. The pain itself is so excruciating at times, and usually, especially in the beginning, because you're not, you don't know how to move in a certain way. You don't know how to lift or lay down at night. There's so much that's involved without hurting. And the one thing that I've learned is with certain medications, you can, they can be more harmful than good. The only drugs that I don't care for are the NSAID drugs, the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. Those are the only ones I don't like. The one that they got me on now, because I had to switch doctors and no medical records yet, and we're actually waiting for blood work and stuff to get set. But the one medication that they do have me on is that focus there. It's prednisone. Steroid. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, it's on prednisone tablets, 10 milligrams. Which you have to have a calendar for. The only reason they gave me this stuff this time is because my back has been so bad in the last 2-3 months, just having family issues and personal issues, and just getting swamped with all the work I do, and and that's the other problem that gets my back aggravated is when I start working, or if I bend over for more than 10 minutes, it just kills you. But it's managed. I mean, I've been dealing with it for 9 years, so I can deal with the pain and be done with it at the end of the day. But there are certain ways you should and you should listen to doctors and and everybody for stretching, because I never did. And the reason I never did was because of the fact, excuse me, was because it just, for me to, to get things done, and, I thought life was more important, and hanging out with friends and partying, and, and that's what happened. Whoa. So it was just, at that time I didn't listen, but, we ended up, definitely getting things moved and, going in the right direction. And, we had done quite a bit, and, once we finally got on a plan to, figure out what to do, I'd been on probably maybe 9 different medications in the last 9 years, and there was one that I did go on quite long, and I did, however, go on, it was Cataflam, which actually did pretty good. But then we started realizing that my iron was dropping. So we still don't know if that's what it was. We just know that that tramadol will work. The only thing I did not like about tramadol was the fact that the stuff can cause seizures, and all that stuff, and especially without any prior epilepsy, what do you call it, condition, even if you're not diagnosed with it, and I don't like taking that stuff, but I mean, it helped. And, so then up at, so now it's actually more, it's a lot more, controlled, and in the beginning it was pretty bad, because of the fact that that was just what we had. Um, and it's just, just one of those things. But, we did do pretty good, getting it and, getting everything, set. But, that was the one thing I just didn't like about it, was the fact that, we did do, we did quite a few things before, and, it sucked. That's all there was to that. It just, for me, um, for me to sit here and have to, go through this pain every day, and, if there were times that, because depression always comes in with everything else, everybody knows that. And, but we ended up getting it taken care of, and, getting things straightened around, and, it was just, it was just one of those things that, just, it seemed like it was the worst at the time, and, just really didn't seem to help any situation that arose. But some more of the facts that a lot of people will experience, can't show pictures, but if you look it up, you'll see what I mean. Let's see, pain in ligaments and tendons. Spondylitis may also affect some of the ligaments and tendons attached to bones. Tendons may cause pain and stiffness in the area behind or beneath the heel. Let's see. Looking here, body fusion. Ankylosing spondylitis can cause an overgrowth of the bones, which may lead to abnormal joining of bones, called body fusion. I can't talk. Fusion affecting bones of the neck, back, or hips may impair the abilities person to perform routine activities. Functions of the rib to the spine or breastbone may limit person's ability to expand his or her chest while taking a deep breath. If it sounds like I'm talking slow, it's because I got my voice coming back in my ear. It sucks. So it's like, yeah, you also shouldn't smoke too. That's the one thing that's just, it's the worst. And it's even worse to quit. Everybody knows. But that's what I have now. There are times where it's like, I can't catch my breath. In a way, it's not too bad. Like, it's, whoa, damn, headset's falling off here. What the hell? Tells this poop. Kids might be watching. It's not bad. And anything in here, I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing anybody. This is basically just my story. Anything that has been read, said, anything, you have to see a doctor. That's all there is to that. You need to get medical confirmation that that's what you have. So I'm not taking responsibility for anybody's dumb measures or, being a hypochondriac thinking that they have it. That is solely your responsibility, because I've had it happen before. So anyway, so what I started feeling in the beginning was just, mild back pain, just couldn't stand up for long periods of time, couldn't move. The only thing that would make my back better, was if I took a hot bath, and it did work. Um, it definitely did do a little bit more, more helping. And then after, so much time went by, it just kept getting worse. Just, then the baths wouldn't help. And then they would, but then they just kind of, So then what happened was that I ended up seeing a doctor, and I just kept going for back pain, and it's all it ever seemed. And and it just didn't seem right, because somebody who's like 19, 20 years old with chronic back pain, that should throw up some red flags immediately. But no, it took them another year and a half before they finally realized that there could be something wrong, when there was. But so what they did was they started running some blood work, and the blood work that they look for is the HLA-B27. So, that's the gene that starts it. And so, that came up positive, and it just seemed kind of weird, because it just, everything that's been happening just didn't feel right. There's no way that I could have some kind of back problem or disease that's not curable, and that's the sad part. There's no cure. You can only treat. It's like cancer. That's kind of what I consider it. I'm cancerfied, in my opinion. That's just my weird thinking and sick humor. But no, it's and then after a while, I started having real bad back spasms. Just, I'm talking out of this world. Like, I'd be on a couch for days because I couldn't move, couldn't do anything. I gotta turn my camera a little bit. It's like I'm leaning. There we go. It's like it was just, causing more and more pain. And then the baths would only help to a certain point, but the spasm would stay. And, so then it's like, okay, well, okay. But they had, so then finally we got diagnosed. Then we got into, finally went and seen a doctor that he knew about it. He was a rheumatologist. I don't even know what he was. I didn't really like him because he just, started videotaping all of our conversations, and after a certain amount of time, because it was going towards pain pills. And, that's still my problem today, because they won't give me any. It's like, I'm sitting here in pain 24/7, and all you guys are doing is giving me these damn drugs that don't do squat. Man, this mucus going up. So it just, it sucked. Couldn't do anything. I still can't do nothing. But the pain is more controlled. See, and that's when I started listening, and that's when I started, trying to get all my work done and getting things taken care of, and, but, it's been a rough 9 years. And, for the people that have it, it's going to, if you don't get it taken care of as quick as you can, it's going to hurt. Sorry to say, it's going to hurt. It might not be like me, but, you'll definitely be in some pain, and you'll definitely have issues. And that's when I just started, just doing everything I could, got things taken care of, and, just tried to at least get things in order to where my back doesn't hurt, and I'm not taking these the worst drugs possible. But it's but yeah, for the people that definitely do have it already, yeah, if you're doing good, that's awesome. If you finally got things figured out, and um, there's some people out there that they don't have no insurance, and they have this, they got this disease, I'm sure, and they have no insurance to get it looked at, nothing, and I'm sure, I feel for you because it hurts, and but it's I got two family members that they have it, and one of them must, my one cousin must have had it for quite some time because she's, I mean, she's worse than me, and I'm just starting. The arthritis is just now starting to show up, and I mean, it's good, but that's bad because now that everything's starting to show up, that what now? Then what am I going to have to expect now? Am I going to expect more and more pain as every day continues? It's not fun, and I don't enjoy it. And I don't enjoy having to harass these doctors for drugs and pain pills, and but what you gonna do? You know, um, but I mean, it's definitely something to look into. I mean, definitely research it and read about it because I mean, it could happen anywhere, or anyone that could have these issues, and um, just cause bigger issues to happen. And especially if you don't have um, if you don't have if you're hurting more and more, and you got that same thing going on, and and it just gets unbearable, you don't want to do nothing. uh so that's why I tell people, yeah, definitely get it looked at immediately, if you have it, or if you suspect there might be something wrong in your back, because once you get it, you're there. But I gotta light a cigarette. um but it was the thing, though. I mean, it's definitely, smoking is bad. It will not help one bit. I don't know why I haven't quit. Just haven't just haven't been able to quit in all these years. I've been smoking since 16. Pretty bad. But yeah, the one thing, though, that that sucks about it is the pain. I mean, if people tell me they're in pain, I feel them, because let me tell you, I'm probably about one of the biggest ones. you know but I'm gonna read a little bit more for you guys real quick. I'm gonna have to get off here in about 25 minutes. Now, how is ankylosing spondylitis diagnosed? Well, there are a few ways that it can get diagnosed. Okay. The diagnosis of ankylosing spondylitis is based on several factors, including symptoms, finding of a physical exam, x-rays of the back and pelvis, measurements of your chest while breathing, and results from lab work. Now, like I said, the lab work, that is the HLA-B27. X-rays, usually it will show up little cloudy spots if there is any arthritis in there. But definitely, though, it's bastard. Like I say, there definitely are things, though, that that can be done. How is ankylosing spondylitis treated? And like I say, this is just off the internet, so these may have been changed, or updated or outdated. I mean, hope YouTube ain't gonna sit here and have no crap with me on running all this over here, because you know how they are. There is no cure for ankylosing spondylitis, but there are treatments that can reduce the discomfort and improve function. You have physical and occupational therapy, exercise, medications, and surgery. The surgery, I've never had the surgery yet. I've never even attempted, but I would assume that the surgery would probably be a last resort, or if it was to the point where it's just it's just running, and you can't, nothing's helping. Uh, um, so the surgery is your least. Your physical therapy and all that would probably be at least your first option to at least try it, which I did. Worked for a little bit. Um, exercise definitely works. I will tell you. I went and worked out one day. I got a gym membership at Snap. Loved it. Went there. 2 weeks later, I kept going for I think I just kind of did little things here and there, just kind of space everything out. To do like my back one night, my legs one night, my arms, stuff like that. And what happened is I noticed a big improvement. My back pain nearly disappeared. I'm talking it was almost gone. Because I tried physical therapy, chiropractors, I tried a lot of things and just nothing seemed to work. And if it did, it wouldn't last. Exercising, I'll tell you what, I did it for almost that whole month, and it worked. Definitely. So that's definitely something, that's something that I would first look into to begin. But I mean, choice is yours. um, then the medications, and they only have a certain amount of drugs. And like I said, the first ones they usually put you on are the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, the NSAIDs. For me, I really couldn't find anything to help to help the situation. Well, then they got the disease-modifying anti-something drugs, DMARDS drugs. That's the abbreviation. They have such as methotrexate that can be used with, with the NSAID drugs. It's just, it's just bad. I'm not going to go over all the drugs and all that and get some controversy started and issues with YouTube saying, "Oh, I'm promoting drugs." No, I'm not. What I would do though is look it up, and you'll see what I mean with all the drugs and all that. If you definitely though look, you'll definitely find some solution somewhere, and a lot of other big I don't want to say it, some big help on the web. It's a big search tool. You can find just about anything on it. I just don't see too many stories of AS on YouTube or anywhere. It's just not. It seems like a lot of people are afraid to share it, and I say don't share it because a lot of people could learn. Just like from what I've experienced. Somebody could benefit from what I've done or gone through or had done. It's it is pretty scary, but there are treatment plans, there are things to help, and there are definitely people out there that have it and that know what it's like and know exactly what you're going through. I don't really have any opinion on medical marijuana. I don't. I'm either or. We could do without, we could do with it. I don't care if people smoke it. It's not as long around. It's not as long. In my house around my kids. We're good. But I know people that smoke it. And, they say, yeah, it works. It doesn't really for me, and I don't really. I'm gonna have to go to a specialist, but get my card and all that. But we're definitely gonna figure something out. But yeah, definitely. Definitely they'll look into it though, and definitely work on getting definitely trying to get everything taken care of and looked at, because it like I say, the pain gets worse. Well, I think I'm going to wrap up the show because I got to relax before I have to get my son off the bus. So I just figured I would share my story of how I dealt with it, and what it's all about. And there's a lot of people that just they just have a hard time with it. They just don't understand that a lot of things are affected, and it's not fun. You know, it it's one of those things that a lot of them, they're just not having any uh like uh help with it, and that's what it seems. And and I get them. I understand it. It's definitely one of the definitely one of the other situations that people have going on. And whoa. Now I'm just kind of having fun. So yeah, definitely look into it and get it managed, because you'll feel a lot better once you do, and you don't have any big issues going on. And and I did notice in the one title there, excuse me again, jeez, it says this is for how, has, or is new. Well, I guess that does kind of make sense, I guess. Well, I just figured I would share my story. So definitely go to a doctor that specializes. That's step one. Confirm that that's what you have. And 3, treat. And that's about really all you can do. That's, there's just nothing else, that you can really do. So I'm getting off. This will be on my channel, so people can view it over and over and over of how weird I am. But yeah, so I am going off. So have fun. Don't hurt too bad. Peace.